Right, Mr. Ali Latifi, a senior journalist from Kabul, now joining us on the broadcast. Ali Latifi, we understand that the Durand line, that location is currently out of bounds. What is the situation there on the ground at the moment as far as these skirmishes are concerned?
I mean, they seem to be over as of now. The Ministry of Defense said that they ended midnight Friday evening going into Saturday morning. And so as far as we know, the skirmishes are over.
Right. As far as the border situation is concerned, Ali Latifi, are the border crossings between Afghanistan and Pakistan still operational, or have they been suspended?
The crossings have been along the Durand line have been closed by the Pakistani side since this morning, and they have yet to reopen.
Right. Has there been any reports of civilian casualties or displacement due to these clashes along that line?
There have been reports that in Helmand province, the Pakistani forces were allegedly targeting civilian targets. That hasn't come to be proven out yet, but it has been reported.
Ali, as far as the Taliban stance is concerned, the Afghanistan stance is concerned, what is their justification for these attacks? And do they have any sort of demands or grievances that they are seeking to address at this point of time?
I mean, the Islamic Emirates stance is very clear. It's that it's an attack on Afghanistan's sovereignty. It's our airspace. It's our land. The Durand line is a disputed territory, and they have been making inroads. They have been creating checkpoints and things like that. And so it's very clear. They are basically saying, do not, infringe on our territory. Do not infringe on our airspace. Just as India did to you a few months ago, in a very similar way after the Pahalgam attacks, based on very, shaky claims of security threats and such. So Pakistan should really know what this means to a country. And they should be very careful, kind of taking out these kinds of, conducting these kinds of actions because they've been a victim of it themselves just very recently, only a few months ago.
Ali, as far as the future prospects of these skirmishes, these clashes are concerned, do you see the situation escalating further, or are there any signs of potential ceasefire?
The Islamic Emirates Minister of Defense made it very clear. He said that any sort of escalations fall on the shoulders of the Pakistani army. So if Pakistan essentially stops its incursions into Afghan territory, then Afghanistan has no issue with Pakistan. So essentially, at this point, the ball is in Pakistan's court. Whatever they decide to do, if they decide to volley it back and conduct more airstrikes or try and come onto Afghan soil, then they will see what the response is.
Ali, as far as the regional implications are concerned, break it down for our viewers. How might these clashes actually impact the regional stability, particularly in terms of trade and security in that region?
It has a huge impact on trade because think about it. Right now, Torkham, Chaman, they're both closed. So that means traders, that means trucks, that means people who are sick trying to go for medical care are being stuck. It has huge economic implications. In terms of security, as I said, it creates this weird sort of political back and forth where Pakistan, as I said, has been a victim to this very thing, not only a few months ago. And yet they are doing the same thing that India did to them. And so it's kind of showing that, it's this constant back and forth in the region between these countries. And Afghanistan simply just wants to get along with everybody. They have no issue with India. The foreign minister, when he was in India, said even during the occupation, what was then the armed opposition of the Taliban made no anti-India stances. They were willing to work alongside Pakistan, but, Pakistan.
All right. We seem to have lost that line with Ali Latifi. In fact, the situation, will there be diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the situation as far as these skirmishes along the border, Afghanistan-Pakistan border is concerned? We'll have to wait and watch.